Welcome to the RSP Boiler Room. I'm Matt Waldman with the Rookie Scouting Portfolio. We're going to take a look at Miami Hurricanes linebacker Shaq Quarterman. Here he is, middle linebacker here, it looks like. And you're going to watch him work to that inside and take on Foster Moreau and just rock Moreau, wrap the back, and the back gets first down. Circle him right here, number 24. He gets first down on this play. So you might say, well, he didn't do such a great job because he didn't prevent the first down. But if you're thinking that, you're probably looking at this not in the optimal way. So you watch, first of all, you just want to watch the process, not the end of the result. When you look at the process, you see that Quarterman gets the read of Moreau working into this crease right away, and he takes on his gap responsibility, slides over to it, and when he sees that Moreau is getting through cleanly, and he knows that the running back is going to work that crease and cuts back to there, see how Quarterman is already kind of gearing up so that he can deliver the first blow. He loads up and just leans right into Moreau and knocks him backwards. And that gives him the shot right here to be able to wrap number 24 in this crease and limit the gain to basically 5.5 yards. And if you're looking at the process, consider this. If Moreau gets through here and is able to block Quarterman just head up and prevent him from getting his arms around 24, no one else is going to get number 24 because 78's coming off his block onto the other linebacker in this package, and that's going to give 24 a chance to work right through to have a one-on-one with the safety. If he makes his safety miss, he's off to the races. So Quarterman does his job here, and while he limits the gain to 5 yards, while it's a first down, he limits the gain to 5 yards, and that's really what's more important about this particular play when you watch it. And also, I just like the recognition. He recognizes the situation, sees the back, working to press the line, and then as he starts to cut back right here, he sees the cut back, he knows this is going to go into his gap, and he transitions from just leaning in this direction to loading up. See how he turns that shoulder to load up? He knows exactly what he wants to do here, and that's to disrupt Moreau, because if he faces Moreau head on this play, instead of really delivering the blow first, he might just get turned outside, and that's going to open the crease. He knows he has to be violent with 18 and really knock him back so that he can get an immediate wrap, and that's exactly what he does. Really like this play from Quarterman. And Quarterman isn't just a guy who's going to be physical with you. Watch him work to the outside here and avoid two defenders trying to get to the next level to get him. He splits both of them, uses a nice little arm over with a stop move. He basically gets held from behind here, but he's still able to work downhill and behind the lead blocker here to wrap up the running back here for a minimal gain. This is great work inside traffic. A little stop-start move here to split these two defenders, work downhill, get behind the lead blocker, wrap up from behind in pursuit. Excellent angle there. He also reads keys well from the offense. You're going to watch this play, and it looks like he's supposed to stay up the middle here, but he sees that the interior linemen are working to that second level, and he decides to slide right outside and really take away the gap that the running back was going to take here, and the running back has to work outside. Now, he doesn't get the tackle here, and the running back makes a nice gain. But Quarterman disrupts this play. Because when you take a look at it just a little bit closer, you see the linebacker on the left side kind of work inside here. You see he reads the quarterback in terms of where his back is, so he knows that the running back is not going to be working up the middle here based on the position where the lineman is. He also reads the blocks collapsing in from the right side, that the blockers are trying to collapse his play to the inside from the right. And he just decides right here, as he feels the penetration up the middle, to slide across and to get himself into the play here for this runner's bounce. Nice read. It's not, he doesn't make the play, but you see that he really has a feel for sliding through traffic and getting himself in position to alter the course of a run or a play. I think Quarterman can do a little bit better job using his hands. I think he's such a heat-seeking missile in the way that he tries to attack. Once he discovers where he needs to go, he can be a little too dramatic with his movements, and his hands aren't quite as strong. And yes, this is a much bigger man, but he's got to learn how to get a little bit of a better angle and shed with his hands a little bit faster, not get dominated at the point of attack by linemen. And that's hard to do in a situation like this, I realize, but you're going to see kind of a pattern with some of his play where he can overshoot or move a little bit too quickly in certain spaces where maybe he needs to set up the game a little bit better with that lineman so that he has a shot of being able to not only hold off that lineman or get an angle on that lineman so that he can wrap the runner, but be able to do it with his hands and with his positioning, because he's not always just going to be able to blow people up, and he's certainly not going to be able to do that against a bigger man like the guard that we're looking at here. Here's another example of what I'm talking about. You're going to see Quarterman here, and you're going to see him just really take a hard charge into this crease. But because he does that, 77's got an easy time of being able to just push him to the side and knock him completely out of the hole. And so, I mean, he's taking he's really trying to shoot his way through here and make a big time play, and I understand that. But he's not even really have his hands in a good position. He's not really in a position where he can really use any leverage here to work under 77 and maybe rip upward or be able to get a little bit lower and to be able to get square, get under 77 and be able to then slide over and at least make a wrap. He's just completely taken out of the play. And part of that is he's kind of all or nothing at times with his diagnosis and action. And if he can get better with using his hands, get better, setting up a position so that when he has to take on a blocker, that he can take him on and still be in position to make the play. But you love the intensity. He plays with the intensity of a middle linebacker. You can see him here. He reads the play, he sees the bounce out, and he will chase you down. I mean, you're going to get some yardage. The running back's going to get some yardage here. But he's immediate in terms of seeing what he needs to do, and he's able to work to the flat and be able to make the run, make the tackle. And once he commits, I mean, you can see the quickness here. As a middle linebacker, watch this play. You get the bootleg to the left. And when Quarterman realizes that, he comes from an awfully far distance to disrupt this play. I mean, he forces this throw pretty quickly. And yes, the receiver looks like he makes the catch, but it's out of bounds, or it looks like it's pretty close to being out of bounds. Let's take a look again. If he catches it in bounds, it's a great play on a 3rd and goal, but he rushes the process nonetheless. And I see this a lot on his tape, is that once it's time for him to rush the quarterback and he's in open space like this, he gets there in a hurry. He covers a lot of ground and forces a lot of quicker throws than what the quarterbacks want to make when he's in these situations. And this range really that Quarterman has is really impressive. Watch him here. You're going to watch him bite on the play fake, and then when he realizes that that he can cover downfield because the running back here is on this side and he's going to block, he turns tail and runs. And watch him get to the point where he actually makes the tackle downfield on a wide receiver. I mean, that's an impressive play. Let's look at it one more time here. Number 2 on the outside here, that's who he tackles. He reads the situation, knows it's play action, but looks to see if the running back's going to leak from the backfield, confirms that that's pretty much not happening with the drop, turns and runs, covers 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 yards to make the tackle and beat the receiver. And if this receiver continues to go towards that right side, I mean, look at that open space there. And look where the safety is. This is a great play by Quarterman, because if this receiver continues to just run without Quarterman here and dips outside, he could score or at least get a much longer game. Really impressive stuff. This is like Urlacher looking type of plays that you see. Not that it means that he's as skilled as Brian Urlacher, but when you can cover that kind of ground That's very helpful, especially in cover 2 scenarios or Tampa 2 scenarios where you have that kind of mobility. But again, because he's a little all or nothing when it comes to his reads and reactions here, I mean, he gets into the correct crease here, but he's not able to make the tackle. He's not able to get in the exact position you need him to really be able to stop this play. And he should be able to stop this play. This is his crease. He knows it's the cutback's coming here. He's just not in great position. He just kind of overextends his movement right here and doesn't really hit that hole cleanly. And he's not able to make a good tackle because of it. Now here's a good example of using his hands to shed the tackle here. Watch him work this tackle at the second level, be able to swap the tackle aside, come back to the inside, make the wrap, and stop the play. You just want to see more of this. You want to see him in position where he can do this. And part of it is getting his feet on the ground and being able to use his hands. Sometimes he's on the move so much when he's encountering a defender coming to a blocker coming to the second level that he's not really in position to use his hands. So just kind of slowing the mind down a little bit if you can. Maybe not slowing down the mind down, but he's quieting the mind and being able to see things and just act a little bit more decisively here. And he uses his hands early. He's in position to use his hands. That's the big thing. It's just getting in key positions where he can use his hand. And as often the case with young linebackers and young defenders is that they can lose gap discipline. And this is a case where, listen, his gap is this double team. He's got to try and split this double team as best as he can and stay in that gap. But he doesn't do that. And as a result, he tries to work to where he thinks the runner is going to go, reading the runner here where the runner actually cuts it back and dips inside. The runner's just basically pressing this. He's pressing it behind where the lead block is, and he decides he's going to follow where the lead block is instead of maintaining his gap on this backside. And as a result of that, he takes himself out of this play. Yes, he'd have a tough assignment against number big old 78 here, but that's his job. You know, he's got this job to try and defeat this double team. Let help come over. If he can hold these guys up a little bit, he helps out, guess who? The safety here, safety here. Maybe they can work inside a little bit more because now 78's not free to be able to block somebody. And they have a better shot of being able to make this play. Or he slows down the running back because he clogs this lane, holding up the lineman, and then his fellow defensive lineman can maybe work to the running back a little faster. Either way, if he's not able to, hold this up or to be able to stay in this position, if he stays in this position, it may also force the runner to have to make another move. So all he's trying to do is make a big play here, which is understandable. And middle linebackers at this level tend to do this. But he's got to stay more gap disciplined because in the NFL, he's going to give up some big plays this way or against some major SEC teams, which he'll be facing in Florida pretty soon. So absolutely a promising player, Shaq Quarterman. We appreciate you watching. For more RSP Bowlerman videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, Matt Waldman's RSP Film Room, and my site, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.